In the moonlit fields beyond the village, Gad and Rachel found their sanctuary. Away from the prying eyes of the world, they shared whispered promises and stolen kisses. He was a boy from a humble cottage, his hands calloused from honest work. She was the daughter of the wealthiest man in town, living in a mansion that cast a long shadow over Gad. C'est simple homme. Their love was a secret, a fragile flame flickering in the hidden corners of the bustling market, nurtured by fleeting glances and secret smiles. It was a classic tale of two worlds colliding, a love that seemed destined to defy the odds, but they had no idea just how deep the divide between them truly ran. Their idyllic secret couldn't last forever. Soon, the whispers reached the ears of their families, and the storm they had dreaded finally broke. Rachel's parents were furious. They forbade her from seeing Gad, a boy they considered utterly beneath her. How could their daughter, heir to a fortune, throw her life away on a common laborer? They saw him not as a person, but as a threat to their status and their carefully laid plans for her future. Meanwhile, Gad's parents, proud and hardworking people who had known struggle their whole lives, warned him away from Rachel. They spoke from a place of bitter experience, cautioning him that the rich were a different breed, that their world was one of games and deceit, and that loving someone from that world would only lead to heartbreak. The pressure was immense. Their secret meetings, once filled with joy, became fraught with tension and a growing sense of desperation. Every stolen moment felt like it could be their last. They were trapped, caught between their family's animosity and their own unwavering love. One evening, after a particularly tense encounter with Rachel's father, Gad returned home, defeated. A heated argument erupted with his own father, who couldn't bear to see his son in such pain. "You don't understand," Gad shouted. "It's not about the money." And that's when the dam of secrets finally burst. With a heavy heart, Gad's father revealed a truth that had been buried for years. "It's always been about the money," he said, his voice trembling with a long-held anger. He explained that their family hadn't always been poor. He and Rachel's father were once the best of friends, ambitious young men who built a successful business from the ground up. They were partners, brothers, in everything but blood. But greed poisoned their friendship. Rachel's father, in a cold and calculated act of betrayal, stole everything the company. The profits, their future leaving Gad's family with nothing but dust and debt. The forbidden love wasn't a simple matter of social class. It was rooted in a deep, historical wound, a betrayal that had defined their lives. Armed with this devastating revelation, Gad knew he had to confront Rachel. The world as they knew it had been a lie. He found her in their secret spot, the one place that had always felt safe. But now it was tainted by the sins of their parents. He told her everything: the stolen partnership, the betrayal, the reason his family lived in a cottage while hers lived in a palace, built on that theft. The color drained from Rachel's face as the story unfolded. The man she loved was the son of the man her father had destroyed. She was heartbroken, torn apart. On one side stood her family, her entire life, her legacy. On the other stood Gad, her heart, her future. The story of their love was no longer their own. It was now a chapter in a bitter feud between two families. The choice was hers to make, a decision that would either heal a generational wound or sever their bond forever. As Rachel stood there, at the crossroads of love and loyalty, God waited, his heart in his hands. The question hung in the air, unanswered. Could their love truly overcome the sins of their fathers? What would you do? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that make you think. Thanks for watching.